You might be shocked, even unsettled, to learn that just one small action before bedtime, or a drink you've always thought was harmless, could be enough to send your stroke risk soaring overnight. The troubling truth is this danger does not discriminate by age, and it does not require a family history. It stems from familiar choices you repeat every day without a second thought. Ask yourself honestly, are you certain you have never fallen into this trap? Many people believe everything is fine until a peaceful night becomes the night that changes everything, when they no longer open their eyes to see the sunrise or the smile of someone they love. This is not a distant warning, it is a reality that claims thousands of lives every year. And it is something you can completely avoid if you learn what I am about to reveal. Many people over 50 continue the habit of drinking soda, sweetened tea, or coffee in the evening without realizing these could be hidden enemies, slowly undermining heart health. Research from Harvard and the American Heart Association shows with consuming these drinks, especially right before bedtime, can disrupt blood pressure, overstimulate the nervous system, and raise the risk of stroke within just hours, even in people who appear completely healthy. Picture this. On a quiet weekend morning, you walk into a room and notice that a loved one has not woken up as usual. The night before, they seemed perfectly fine, just enjoying a cold can of soda before going to bed. No one imagined that this small habit, repeated for years, had silently built into a deadly risk. I want to tell you the story of Richard, 62, from Ohio, a devoted father and grandfather. After dinner, he often treated himself to a cold soda, sipping it while watching the evening news. It was a habit he'd had for over 20 years, and he believed that as long as he didn't smoke or drink alcohol, a little sweetness couldn't possibly hurt. But one morning, his wife found him lying motionless in bed. The ambulance arrived quickly, but doctors could only confirm the painful truth. Richard had suffered a stroke in his sleep, a silent stroke with no warning and no second chance. Reviewing his medical history, they discovered his blood pressure tended to spike at night, and that his nightly soda, high in sugar and caffeine, had unknowingly pushed his cardiovascular system past its limit. Then there's the story of a small town in Texas where a group of middle-aged women would gather every Friday night to chat, play cards, and unwind from the week. They called it their golden hour, a time to release stress and reconnect. One of the group's most beloved members was Mrs. Ellen, 58. She always brought along her favorite bottled sweet tea, her gentle companion, she called it, to help her relax and sleep better after their late-night conversations. But one weekend, Ellen didn't show up. The following week, her friends went to check on her and learned she had suffered a minor stroke during the night, just hours after their last get-together. Doctors found that her blood pressure had spiked suddenly, causing heart rhythm issues while she slept. When they heard about her nightly sweet tea, the doctor simply shook his head. What seemed like a harmless drink was quietly hurting a heart that had already grown more fragile with age. So what exactly happens inside your body that makes one sugary or caffeinated drink so risky? And what's the worst-case scenario that could unfold, all while you sleep? Let's explore that in the next section. You will not hear any warning sounds. You will not feel the pain. You simply lie down for the night, just like any other evening, and never wake up again. Not because of a peaceful sleep, but because a silent stroke strikes in the middle of the night at a time when you are no longer alert enough to call for help. Every year, nearly 800,000 Americans experience a stroke. What worries doctors the most is that more than 60% of these strokes happen while people are sleeping or just after they wake up. The moment that seems the safest is actually the most dangerous. There is no alarm, no warning sign, just silence and loss. Have you ever thought about why nighttime strokes happen so often? They are not random. These strokes are the result of a series of small but dangerous choices, especially what you put into your body right before bed. That one harmless-looking soda you drink in the evening could become the trigger for a nightmare. Imagine your body as a finely tuned clock. Every organ is a gear, Every drop of blood is the energy that keeps the whole system running smoothly. But if you drink a soda or sweet tea after 7 p.m., you are tossing a stone into that clockwork. It may seem small, but it is enough to throw everything off balance right when your body needs to rest the most. Did you know that sugary drinks cause your blood sugar to spike? Your body, like a night watchman forced to wake up, must work overtime to bring things back under control. Your pancreas has to release more insulin. Your heart starts beating faster. Your blood vessels are stretched tight like a string pulled to its limits. And as we get older, these reactions slow down and become less resilient. Silent inflammation builds up, arteries harden, blood pressure rises. All these things silently build the road toward a stroke. A study published in the journal Stroke found that just 1 can of soda a day raises your risk of stroke by 22%. 2 cans and that number jumps to 37%, especially for hemorrhagic stroke, the deadliest type of all. Soda is no longer just a refreshing drink. It is a hidden knife masked by a sweet taste. Are you still reaching for that evening soda? Or will you think twice tonight? But sugar is not the only culprit. Caffeine, the trusted friend of millions, can quietly turn against you at night. Coffee, tea, and energy drinks may keep you alert for a while, but they also make your heart race through the night, like an engine that never shuts off. Caffeine blocks adenosine, the chemical that helps your brain relax and sleep deeply. Without it, your body cannot rest. Blood pressure stays high, your heart keeps working, blood vessels stay tense all night. This is the perfect setup for a silent stroke. Did you know just 2 or 3 cups of coffee in the evening can raise your blood pressure for hours? One study shows drinking more than 4 cups a day increases your risk of stroke by 37%. And it is not just sugar or caffeine. Even diet sodas are risky. Research shows common sweeteners like erythritol can damage your blood vessels and trigger blood clots. So, do you still reach for that soda or coffee at night? Or will you make a safer choice, starting tonight? The scariest thing about a stroke during sleep is that it makes no sound. There is no pain, no dizziness. You do not notice your face drooping or your arm going numb. You simply do not wake up. At night, your blood pressure should drop so your body can rest, but caffeine and sugar stop this from happening. Your heart works too hard. Fragile blood vessels cannot handle the extra pressure, and at a critical moment, often around 2 or 3 in the morning, a blood vessel in your brain can burst or become blocked without anyone knowing. By the time someone finds you in the morning, the golden window for saving your brain has already passed. Especially after 50, your body is not as strong as it once was. Think of yourself as a tree that has seen many seasons. The roots are not as deep, the branches not as flexible. Even a gentle wind, like a late-night sweet tea or a diet soda while watching TV, can break a branch or even uproot the whole tree. That is why more and more people in midlife never wake up, with no chance to say goodbye. But you can change that ending, starting tonight. Do not drink soda after dinner. Skip caffeine after 6 p.m. Choose water, unsweetened herbal tea, or a little warm low-fat milk if you want to relax. Let your body heal while you sleep, instead of fighting against what you drank out of habit. Stroke does not knock, it slips in, silent. Sometimes it takes everything. You do not need to do anything big to protect yourself. Just put down the soda. Turn off the coffee maker after dinner. Give your heart and brain a real chance to rest. Do not wait until that late-night coffee becomes a final farewell. What about you? Do you often have coffee, soda, or sweet tea after 7 p.m.? Share your habit in the comments below. Your story might help someone else avoid a silent stroke. A lot of middle-aged Americans share the same thought. I only had 1 drink. What's the big deal? 1 can of soda after dinner, a small cup of coffee before bed. These habits may seem harmless, but they're quietly pushing you closer to a heart attack, high blood pressure, and disrupted sleep. The problem isn't how much you drink. It's when you drink, your age, and how your body reacts once it starts to age. According to the American Heart Association, more than 75% of Americans over the age of 50 consume caffeine every day. Nearly half regularly drink sugary beverages. Here's the problem. Once we hit midlife, our bodies don't process caffeine and sugar like they used to. Our organs slow down, and our cardiovascular system becomes much more sensitive to even the smallest triggers. A cardiologist in California explained it this way. As we age, our blood vessels stiffen and lose elasticity. That makes us more vulnerable to spikes in blood pressure, especially from things like caffeine and sugar. When you're 30, these substances may pass through with little effect. But at 50, they hit harder, especially at night when your nervous system is trying to relax. Multiple studies have shown the link between caffeine, sugar, and heart risk. One 10-year study from Harvard found that people over 50 who drank more than one sugary soda a day had a 16% higher risk of stroke and a 20% higher risk of heart disease compared to non-drinkers. If consumed after 7 p.m., the risk of irregular heartbeat during sleep nearly doubled. And it's not just soda. Some believe iced tea, energy drinks, or sugar-free coffee are safe alternatives. But the truth is, caffeine, in any form, can stimulate your nervous system and cardiovascular system. Once it enters your system, caffeine triggers your adrenal glands to release adrenaline, the hormone that makes your heart race, your blood pressure rise, and your body go into alert mode. That might be great in the morning, but it's risky at night. Take this story from Ohio as a real-life example. A middle-aged couple had a nightly habit of drinking decaf coffee before bed, assuming decaf meant no caffeine at all. But 1 cup of decaf can still contain 2 to 5 milligrams of caffeine. Enough to affect heart rhythm in someone with a sensitive system. After a sleepless night and sudden dizziness, the husband was rushed to the ER. Doctors diagnosed him with arrhythmia and a spike in blood pressure. Let's be honest, that caffeinated and sugary drinks are deeply embedded in the American lifestyle. But what we need is a better understanding of how our bodies change after 50. A study published in Circulation found that people who regularly drink sugary sodas had a 26% higher risk of high blood pressure and a 31% higher risk of heart failure. That's no small number, especially when millions of people still drink soda every day. Here's the thing. That innocent feeling of just one drink often leads to false reassurance. Think of it like a drop of water. One drop means nothing. But if the glass is already full, one drop is all it takes to overflow. By middle age, our bodies have already built up wear and tear from years of poor diet, stress, and lack of exercise. That 1 cup of coffee or 1 can of soda at night might just be the drop that sends everything over the edge. A viewer from Texas once wrote in after watching a health segment about sugary drinks. I used to think soda couldn't hurt me because I walk every morning. But after a mini stroke, my perspective changed completely. My doctor told me to cut out soda at night. Since then, I've been sleeping deeper, no more morning headaches, and my blood pressure dropped from 145/95 to 125/80 in just 3 months. The human body is an incredible machine, but once it starts aging, even the smallest parts need the right care. What seems like nothing can cause long-term damage if ignored. It's like driving a car that's already clocked hundreds of thousands of miles. A single pothole could wreck the whole system if you're not careful. So if you're sitting there wondering, I only had 1 cup, could it really be that serious? The answer is maybe yes, especially if you already have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or a family history of heart disease. There is no one-size-fits-all safe amount. Everybody is different. But once you're in your 50s, being cautious is no longer optional. It's necessary. You can start changing this today. The goal isn't to cut everything out completely, but to be more mindful and make smarter choices. Listen to your body the way you'd listen to someone you love. What if this one small habit is the thing standing between you and your next trip to the emergency room? And if you're still wondering what other things you might be doing every day that are secretly damaging your heart, keep watching. Soda, sweet tea, and coffee are familiar beverages in many people's daily lives, but the time of day you choose to drink them can make a significant difference for heart health, especially for middle-aged and older adults. Multiple studies from Harvard, the American Heart Association, and the British Medical Journal have shown that the same beverage consumed in the daytime versus at night can produce markedly different effects, directly influencing blood pressure, heart rhythm, and stroke risk. When soda is consumed during the day, the sugar and caffeine provide a quick energy boost, helping you feel more alert and stimulating the nervous system. The body also has more time to burn off some of the sugar and calories before bedtime, so the immediate negative impact may be less pronounced. However, frequent overuse still carries long-term risks, such as increased heart rate, high blood pressure, obesity, type 2 diabetes, and other cardiovascular diseases. In contrast, drinking soda at night puts the body in a state of heightened risk. The sugar rapidly raises blood glucose levels, triggering insulin production right before your body needs to rest, while the caffeine speeds up the heart rate and disrupts deep sleep cycles. As a result, blood pressure can stay elevated throughout the night, increasing the likelihood of arrhythmia, silent heart attack, and stroke during sleep. For sweet tea, daytime consumption means a moderate caffeine level may help improve focus and provide a temporary energy boost, while sugar gives quick energy that can be partly burned off through activity. However, drinking sweet tea at night can cause multiple issues: elevated blood sugar, stimulated insulin release, difficulty sleeping from caffeine, and even nighttime urination that interrupts sleep. These disruptions can destabilize blood pressure and heighten stroke risk. Coffee, drinking it in the morning or early afternoon, can improve alertness, enhance work performance, and aid fat metabolism. When consumed in moderation, generally under 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, negative effects can be minimized. However, drinking coffee at night, especially with high caffeine content, strongly stimulates the nervous system, leading to difficulty falling asleep, shallow sleep, and increased heart workload during the night. This can keep blood pressure high for hours, raising the risk of arrhythmia, heart failure, and serious cardiovascular events. Overall, drinking sugary and caffeinated beverages during the day allows your body more time to burn energy and gives the nervous system a chance to wind down before rest, reducing the negative effects on nighttime blood pressure and sleep quality. Drinking them at night, however, makes it harder for the body to relax, forces the heart and blood vessels to work harder when they should be recovering, and increases the risk of cardiovascular events. To reduce these risks, especially for people over 50 or those with a history of heart disease or high blood pressure, it is best to completely avoid soda, sweet tea, and coffee after 6 p.m. Instead, choose safer evening beverages like warm water, caffeine-free herbal tea, low-fat milk, or unsweetened almond milk. Pay attention to how your body responds. If you notice trouble sleeping, rapid heartbeat, or morning fatigue after drinking caffeinated beverages, reduce your intake or eliminate them entirely. Maintaining a fixed drinking schedule and limiting caffeine to the morning and early afternoon will help preserve your body's circadian rhythm and keep your cardiovascular system more stable. Most importantly, pair this habit with a heart-healthy diet, regular exercise, adequate sleep, and routine medical checkups to detect hidden problems early. With just one small change in your daily routine, you can significantly lower your risk of stroke, protect your heart health, and improve your quality of life, allowing you not only to live longer, but to live stronger and more fully each day. So, what should you drink at night to protect your heart and brain? As the body moves past its most energetic years, every internal organ, from the heart to the liver, from the circulatory system to the nervous system, becomes more sensitive and more vulnerable. So, what should you drink in the evening that not only calms your mind, but also protects your heart and brain while you rest? The answer lies in some surprisingly simple yet powerfully effective choices. First up, warm water. Sounds almost too basic, right? But in reality, it's the quiet companion your body leans on every day. A warm glass of water before bed helps your liver gently flush out toxins and encourages smooth, steady blood circulation. And if you're someone monitoring blood pressure, plain warm water with no sugar, no caffeine is actually the best thing you can give your heart before sleep. It helps keep your heart rate stable, reducing unnecessary strain during the night. Next are caffeine-free herbal teas like chamomile, ginger, or peppermint. Think of them as a soft lullaby for your body and mind. Chamomile soothes the nerves. Ginger warms you from within and aids digestion. Peppermint feels like a cool breeze that eases the wear and tear of the day. Medical studies have shown that people who drink herbal tea in the evening tend to have a more stable heart rate, a lower risk of high blood pressure, and much better sleep quality. Another great option that's often recommended by cardiologists: warm, low-fat milk. Milk contains tryptophan, an amino acid that helps your brain produce serotonin and melatonin, the natural chemicals responsible for helping you sleep. And the calcium in milk? It supports your nervous system, calming late-night restlessness and anxiety, those quiet stressors that force your heart to work overtime while you're trying to rest. But just as important as knowing what to drink is knowing what to avoid. You probably remember what we discussed earlier. A well-known cardiologist once said, "If a drink helps you relax but forces your heart to work twice as hard while you sleep, that's not real relaxation." Simple words, but a powerful reminder for anyone who truly wants to put their health first. So, if you're looking for better sleep, a clearer mind, and a stronger heart, start small. Start with your evening drink. That one choice can mean the difference between rest and risk. Thank you for staying with us until the very end of this video. Now, share with me, what do you usually drink before going to bed? After watching this, are you ready to change that habit? Leave your comment below, because your story and experience might help someone avoid an unnecessary health crisis. Don't forget to like and share this with the people you care about, and hit subscribe so you won't miss upcoming videos, where together we will explore small yet powerful habits to protect the heart, especially after age 50. I look forward to seeing you again on this journey to live healthy, live deeply, and keep peace in your heart every day.